Hey everybody, Dylan Distraction here, coming to you live from Batlantic Studios. So I'll do a quick back to the drawing board, talk about comic books, show you some on my drawing table, versus the mini-series coming soon to Patreon, makecomicschool.com. That's my Patreon, Dylan Andrews Art. That's my portfolio, Make a Comics Cool, Batlantic Studios, Batlantic Store. Thank you so much to everybody that's liked and thumbs up and shared and commented and all of that, yada yada yada. I love it. It's like that Seinfeld episode where it's like, and then we parked the car and yada yada yada, and we went home. And it's like, huh? You just yada 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 through the most important parts. Love that. Love Seinfeld. So yeah, just working on stuff here, just drawing away. So hopefully, whatever you're doing, you're living your best life, having fun, making stuff. Yeah, and if you are a comic book creator, you have a YouTube channel or anything you want to promote or share or talk about, yeah, post it, comment it. I don't think anyone should ever be afraid to share their work, to show off their work. I'm always interested in seeing what people are working on. I'm always excited about new stuff. I always want to try to help or support or just kind of give positive energy, positive feedback, positive whatever to anyone that is making comics that they're proud of and excited about and that they love, because I love comics and I think everybody should make comics. Even if they're terrible, even if they're horrible, even if I hate them. And I try not to hate anything, but even if I dislike them, I still think you should make them. I think you won't get good, you won't improve unless you are applying yourself and learning and trying. Frank Miller. I love Frank Miller. I love his work. He's an icon. He's one of the most influential and important comic book creators ever. And he came from Vermont, so New England dude, and went to New York City and was told by Neil Adams, you're terrible. You should give up. You should go home. And so Frank Miller said, I'll show him. And went back to Continuity Studios with revised sample pages. Neil Adams again, give up. Quit. You suck at this. You're terrible. You should go home. But if you do revise these, bring him in. Frank Miller, to his credit, just kept going. And you don't have Ronin, you don't have Dark Knight Returns, you don't have Daredevil without Frank Miller just not quitting. Same thing with Todd McFarlane. Told multiple times, you suck. You're no good at this. You should quit. Go home. And Todd's like, no, I'm gonna keep going. I'll show them. And I think you kind of have to have a little bit of that to stay inspired or excited. You have to want to do it. You have to want to make the stuff. You have to want to create the stuff. And even if it's terrible, or even if it's subjectively amateur, you don't get good at something unless you just keep working on it. And obviously you have to put in the hours, you have to put in the years, you have to put in the decades in some cases. But it's a great way to live. It's a great way to spend your life trying to improve at something you're passionate about, trying to create stuff that you're excited about, having characters you want to have in this world, stories you want to tell. So I think everybody that wants to make comic books should make comic books. And then kind of the world will decide, if people want them. And I'm very, very appreciative and fortunate that I've found people that like what I'm doing and want my projects and my work in their lives. I do not take that for granted. I realize how special that is. The readers, customers, friends that look at what I'm doing and going, oh yeah, no, I get what he's going for there. That's cool. I'm into it. Even just that. I get a Instagram comments, hey, this is cool, I'm into it, I like your work. That means the world to me. I think every creator kind of loves that sort of positivity, and excitement about what they're creating. I know I do. So if you are like me and you love making comics and sharing comics, share away, comment, post, tag me. I don't care. Draw my characters. Have fun. Whatever you want to do. And if you want to draw verses, drop verses. My character verses from the Oppressors and his own miniseries coming soon. These are pencil pages from that 2-page spread. So ate a chicken salad sandwich. Stay with me here. Chicken salad with turkey bacon and relish. Did I just blow your mind? If you haven't done that yet, chicken salad, turkey bacon. I don't eat a lot of regular bacon. Try not to. Chicken salad, turkey bacon, relish. But it can't be sweet relish. It has to be dill relish. So, try it. Trust me. I'm into a dill relish kick. I'm putting dill relish on everything. Dill relish on a hot dog. Dill relish on a tuna fish. Dill relish on chicken salad. Dill relish on a hamburger. Make myself hungry. Dill relish on ice cream. That's probably gross. Maybe good. Imagine vanilla ice cream with dill relish. Maybe we don't have to imagine. Maybe I do that. Maybe my YouTube channel devolves into me just trying gross foods. Would you tune in? Probably. Probably more people than watching me draw. It's like, how did you get to 1 million subscribers? 1 million subs? I ate a sub. I just ate a bunch of gross subs. That's how I got 1 million subs. Like, wow, what's your secret? Oh, just completely degrading myself on camera. Like, how's that going for you? Demoralizing. Demoralizing. But man, gets the attention, right? Isn't that what we're all about? I'll clickbait you. Maybe I'll have these have really exotic sort of clickbaity headlines. Like, can you believe what great white sharks are doing right now? Oh my God. You should see it. Literally eating people. And then people be like, what? And then it has nothing to do with that. Like, I thought this was a top 10 great white shark attack things. And you're like, really? And I'm like, no, God, no, I don't want to talk about that. That's fucking horrifying. What are you, bonkers? Let's talk about that. It's like, oh, darn, I really wanted to see that. I'm like, oh, gross. Nobody wants to see that. So, anyway, yeah, this is just how long it takes me to draw a page. So you're like, geez, Dylan Distraction does a lot of drawings. It's like, yeah, it's just time. You just gotta sit and do it. Sometimes I'll shoot videos so I have somebody to talk to. That person I'm talking to is myself. Maybe I'll shoot a live video on my Instagram. Maybe I'll shoot a YouTube live video. I've done that before too. The thing about that is I never have anybody watching them. I just don't get much engagement, which is fine. It's just kind of used to it at this point. I'm not surprised. It's not like, oh, wow, I didn't have anybody watch that. It's like, yeah, I used to. And if you look back at my YouTube history, I used to do videos and they would have 0 watches. And it's like nobody. Like, that's not even a person. Like, I didn't even watch it. That's 0 people watching that video. I didn't even watch it to see if it was any good or even if it loaded properly. 0 people. And now I got more than 0. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. 5 people watch this? Whoa. 5 people spent 20 minutes listening to me ramble about comic books? Well, did they have nothing better to do? So, yeah, if you're watching this, thank you. Like, thumbs up, subscribe, share. Or not, I don't care. But, what are you doing while you're watching me draw? Just kind of zoning out? Or reading a book? Or watching television? Does it put you to sleep? Is this something you turn on to, like, take a nap? My dulcet tones? Or Are you drawing along with me? And if you're drawing along with me, awesome. Post your link. Post your work. Post your YouTube channel if you have one. I'd love to see what people are doing and working on. I love that stuff. I love that community. Always to never be afraid or ashamed to show your work. I've been accused many times of spamming. Don't spam, right? It's like, what do you think the internet is for? You think I'm on here for my own mental health? No, I'm on here to share my work. Everybody should be. Don't go on the internet for anything other than to buy comic books, listen to cool podcasts, and share your work. There's no other value to it. It's an online store, an audio directory of music and podcasts and self-promotion. That's it. If you're going on the internet for something other than those three, then we don't have anything to talk about. Because that's all I go on the internet for. Buy comic books, listen to comic book things, music, hardcore, rap music, punk rock, and promote comic books. Talk about my work, share my work. That's it. Pretty much. And yeah, I don't. So yeah, I'll spam away, man. Who cares? People that don't like it don't have anything cool going on in their lives. Oh, don't spam things. Like, okay, well, what do you got? You can do it. You could show your stuff. Like, oh, I don't do anything, make anything, or create anything of any value. Okay, well then maybe don't try to stop people from doing what they want to do. You're not the boss of me. You're not the boss of me. I'm the boss of me. So, that's my opinion. That's my belief. And, you know, again, as I've said before, I could be wrong. Completely. I never pretend to know everything. And oftentimes people go, well, this is why you're wrong. And I go, yeah, you're right. I don't know what I'm talking about. I agree with you now. Who's that comedian? Tom Segura? He's like, I want to talk to you so little that if someone says, well, here's why you're wrong, and they try to start a fight or a conversation, he goes, yeah, I agree with you now. The thing I thought, I was wrong. I agree with your opinion. Just so he doesn't have to engage. I commiserate with that. So yeah, instead of going through and just putting in black X's to know straight edge, to know where the shadowy parts are, I just went through, because I knew it would be kind of easy just to go through and spend 10 minutes and it helps you to see the composition better. Now you're like, oh, okay, before maybe it didn't visually congeal as well, but now once you start putting that in, you're like, oh, okay. And even some stuff I'm seeing, I'm like, oh, I could change some stuff. Like, so I do this quite a bit. The perspective lines, right, on a new layer. And then I can go, I'd really love for that to kind of emanate outward, but some of these are kind of coming off of it a little bit. So let me just drop down the opacity of that. And that gives me a little bit more of a perspective grid to go off of. So I can be like, all right, let's let some of this come in there. Maybe we'll get rid of some of these dots that are just kind of not really going in the right direction. Maybe more like that. Increase the brush size a little bit. And then here too, right? So these ones. So that one in particular gets off of that pattern. Here, these ones kind of come off that a little bit. And not, adhering to it perfectly, but trying to get that sense of that shape, that 1 point perspective-ish. And now we go, oh yeah, that looks more like it's emanating from that zone. These all adhere to it pretty good. Those all adhere to it pretty good. Change a couple of them a little bit. Make that a little bit like that. Let's see here. This comes off of it a lot. But that's okay. It's supposed to be chaotic and energetic and freeform. So yeah, blah. And then we got a little hint of this window over here. Bust the glass out of that. So thank you everybody so much for watching me draw. Trying to post content here on YouTube as often as possible. DylanDistraction.com, that's my YouTube channel. Make Comics Cool, that's my Patreon, Dylan Andrews Art, if you want to see more examples of my work. And follow me on social, comment, like, share, thumbs up, subscribe. Oh, here, and just before we go, I'll just do this. Boom. Get rid of all the blue. And now I can see where there's spots I'd have to go back in and clean up more. But that's kind of what my pencils look like. Not super precise, not super tight. But I can go back through and do more rendering. I got to do more rendering. And I just use the side of the Apple Pencil to throw in some of these Shadow Zones. Ooh, Shadow Zone. That's a cool name for a character. Has that been used? Shadow Zone? Man, I think I need to create a bad guy called Shadow Zone. Sounds like a young blood bad guy. Shadow Zone. It's like AutoZone. Step into the zone. The Shadow Zone. And then let's make this more complex and drop down the brush and really go to town, baby. Noodly doodly away. Give it the full Capullo. The full Finch. Alright, so DylanDistraction.com, that's my YouTube channel, Make Comics Cool, that's my Patreon, Dylan Andrews Art, Batlantic Store, Batlantic Studios. Okay, bye.